Apparently, the book of Genesis was written by AI. At least according to ZeroGPT, I ran the Bible and 8 other use cases through 4 different AI content detector tools to show you that you shouldn't trust any of these tools. In fact, a lot of people in digital marketing rely on scores of tools, and I want to convince you that those scores are often not reliable. So let's dive in. If we run the book of Genesis through ZeroGPT, it comes back as almost 100% likely to be written by AI. If we look into the other tools, like Quillbot, it detects correctly that 0% is AI. Same with Grammarly's AI detector and also CopyLeaks. So why does it matter? Now you would say, okay, CopyLeaks, Grammarly, Quillbooks, great tools. I don't use ZeroGPT, but I use the others. Maybe it's just one tool that doesn't work. But let me show you how different the scores are for the same text across these platforms. The next test I ran was a manual written article. I wrote 100% myself. Also here, similar results. ZeroGPT said 13%, all the others 0. Again, now you think, let's keep just using all the other tools. But now it gets already interesting. Here you can see scores for ChatGPT one-shot and Cloud one-shot. What I mean by that is, I asked both AI tools to write me a blog post with 600 words for the topic AI content detection. I pasted this article and also the Cloud article with the same prompt into the tools. And here we get, again, vastly different results. Normally, you can see and smell content that is written by ChatGPT or any AI tool from a mile away. There's a lot of patterns that we already used to. There's punctuation that we know, but we see here already for Grammarly, it's only 52%, whereas Cloud was really bad in this result. So what did I do? In the next step, I asked both tools to humanize the content and apply my writing style. And when we look at these results, vastly different again. ZeroGPT and Grammarly could be easily tricked. Quillbot had also very high improvement. The only tool that still spots everything is CopyLeaks. But if I show you now the 2 articles and we go through them just a little bit, you will see that it is definitely AI. This is the first Cloud article, the one-shot. This punctuation, no one uses it in real writing. The sentence structures are all the same. Each paragraph has almost the same length. It is just overall the same structure. After I asked Claude to humanize the content, it did a pretty good job on switching up the structure and also using the first party perspective, writing sometimes just very short sentences, using bullet points. So from a structure, it definitely looks more like a real content piece written by a human. But here's, for example, the first thing that I would say is missing, right? Here's a little anecdote. There's no reference to it. It's just claiming the spot without linking to any resource. That would be my first guess, like why this would be written by AI. Also, again, structures the punctuation. And I think it went a little overboard with the sentence structures, like it's a little too conversational. Overall, definitely a better job, but I think it is still very clear if I really read through this, that this is an AI text. The same goes for the ChatGPT example. I ask it to humanize it, and still the structure with the punctuation is very likely AI written. And then when you really read through it, it still has this AI feeling. But if we look into the results of the scans, we can see how much those scores already decreased. 65 to 7%, 88 to 38, 52 to 8, meaning those AI tools are gameable. The content was still 100% written by AI. Just one simple prompt to humanize the content made it all the better. So I wanted to put these tools to a test and put in a transcript of my videos. So I put this in, and this is already me just talking to the camera, to you. And sometimes even the transcript misses words. So if this would have been detected as AI, I would have given up. Luckily, all 4 tools identify it as human content. Lastly, I put one of my blog posts in that I've just edited through AI. This is a similar concept to the video transcript. I'm voice dictating a blog post and then have ChatGPT edit my content so it's like fully written, it's structured correctly, etc. And then also optimize it for SEO with strategic keyword placements. So it's not just too conversational. But even here, just the edits, flat in CopyLeaks, 100% AI score, whereas all the others say it's below 10%, which I think in that case is actually correct. Yes, some phrases might be AI phrases because the AI edited my content, but it's my words, it's my knowledge. If you want to learn that workflow, check the info card. I have a video on how I also, my busy clients, create content in a very few minutes by voice dictating to ChatGPT or into Google Docs, and then use AI to edit the content, which is a great segue to understand that it doesn't matter if something is written by AI or not. Google says it itself. It doesn't matter how content is generated as long as it is high quality. Exactly to my point, if I use AI because I'm not a native English speaker, it makes it easier for me to edit the content. The same goes maybe for medical professionals who don't have time to write content, or home service businesses who are in the fields doing the job and are not good writers, but they have the knowledge. For example, through the workflow I use with voice typing and then have it added through the AI, it is high quality, authentic content from the expert point of view. It doesn't matter to Google how it's created. And actually, I see it in the rankings. Those pages are ranking and getting SEO content and are even cited sometimes in AI overviews. That all being said, what you need to avoid is spamming the internet with low quality AI generated content, especially on massive scale. In the summer, we had a recent spam brain update where Google trained their AI based spam prevention system. And the aftermath of this update was massive, a lot of volatility. I also have a video about this, and how this relates to AI generated content is machine generated traffic. If you want to boost your content by manipulating click-through rates, for example, but mainly scaled content abuse, where you create pages en masse, sometimes even with one-click tools, and then just publish hundreds of pages. Again, I recommend watching the video about the spam update. Let's bring this home. When you look at this, what you can take away is that maybe CopyLeaks is the most reliable one, but I still caution you to use those tools to determine if you should publish content or not, if you should accept content from a writer or not. Look at the quality, look at if it's providing value to your audience, and then publish it. Don't post or not post because of a score in a tool. The same goes for scores in Yoast for SEO optimization. Don't chase a score there. Like usually it's a light if it's green, amber, or red. That only looks at if the main keyword is on the page at strategic places. That doesn't mean your content is optimized. If you want to optimize the on-page SEO, use tools like Surfer SEO or SEMrush. However, also don't just chase a score. For example, by adding in LSI keywords, adding more words if you need to because it tells you it has to be a longer depth, or even remove content that is valuable just to chase the optimal length. And if you're still watching, I have a nugget for you. This is not just relating to English language. In German, it's going all over the place. So I tried it in my native tongue. Also here, the Bible was written by AI, but just 1/3 of it apparently. And tools like Grammarly that even specialize on different languages and grammar fail completely with AI detection in German language. I even thought first it doesn't detect, but then 2 of the content pieces picked up the use of AI. Interestingly, after Claude was humanized, it picked it up, and my voice editing process. So please don't trust those scores. Use your judgment, read through the content, and only publish quality content. Optimize it for SEO so it gets visibility, and use informational content to build topical authority so to get your money pages ranking, because this is all that matters. If you're interested in working with an SEO partner who keeps a finger on the pulse, feel free to reach out. Cheers.